In this podcast, I talked to Amar Sehgal, Karthik Bhagavatula, and Praneel Bhagavatula about how they became the Three Masketeers. There will be a link to their website in the description of this podcast. They give masks to the people who need it for free. And they've also been supported on Fox and ABC 13 News. Go to https://3masketeers202.wixsite.com/masks. Hello.
Hi, what's up?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm good.
We're good.
We're all good, yeah.
Okay, that's good. You want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Karthik Bhagavatula.
I'm Praneel Bhagavatula.
And I'm Amar Sehgal. I'm a junior at Dawson High School.
I'm a sophomore at Shadow Creek.
And I'm going to be an 8th grader at Nolan Ryan Junior High School.
Okay, so you guys have been making masks for people,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Under the name The Three Masketeers.
Yes. This is the mask right here.
Nice. So you guys have been 3D printing the masks. So how did the concept come?
Okay, so back in March, around the spring break time, the three of us, we participated in a science fair. And that science fair actually got canceled because of the lockdown. And in that science fair, we were all in 3D printing projects. So we already had that 3D printing base knowledge. When the coronavirus started hitting America, I overheard my mom talking. She's a pediatrician. And I overheard her talking about how this virus, if it really gets bad, there's going to be a huge PPE shortage in hospitals. And that obviously scared us a little bit. So that's when we first thought of making masks and using our 3D printing knowledge to sort of solve this problem, protect our family members, family friends who are all working in the medical field. And that's where we sort of got our motivation to do this project. That's when we started meeting up, and that's when we started working on the mask.
And another somewhat equally important question: how did the name come about?
Okay, so basically, the Masketeers and Musketeers, they rhyme, right?
Yeah.
They're similar, and there's obviously three of us. We are clearly making masks. So we got a recommendation saying, why don't your team name be the Three Masketeers? We liked it, so we took it.
The name fits.
Yeah, it fits.
Nice. Okay. And who do the masks go to? Where did the masks go? Majority of them.
They go to the people that request it, like the elderly people, and also like the people with conditions like diabetes and all.
Diabetes, asthma.
Yeah, blood issues, all that.
Like lung issues, heart issues, anyone who's high risk to COVID-19.
All right. So how efficient are your masks?
The masks are almost as efficient as the N95 mask. The mask is 3D printed itself, but we keep the filter inside is actually like the main part of the mask. This right here is as efficient as the N95 mask. These are disposable filters. We give like 10 filters per mask, and you can ask for more if you end up running out of filters. But they're disposable, and the good thing about this mask is that you can just wash this and reuse this mask for months and months, while all you have to do is dispose of this filter every couple of days. And if you're using it like all day, you can just dispose of it and use once a day.
The reason why we're comparing it to the N95 is because these filters are cut from vacuum bag materials, and the pore size in that is around MERV 13. And that's a very similar pore size. It's about the same as the pore size that the N95 mask makers make. Now, they're not exactly the same because our masks haven't been licensed or regulated, which is why this is a very sort of local project. But we've tested them ourselves, obviously. We tested them at the Baylor College of Medicine in the same test that N95 masks go through. But and that's why we compare them to the N95s.
So how did the design project, the process work? How long did it take to design?
So when we first came together, as he said, after like our science fair got canceled and he overheard, and we should start making masks. We found a base design off the internet, but that design had many, many flaws. So we added a couple of things just to make the mask better. So one thing is, because the filter, the way we put in the filter, the original design, it could fall out easily. So we added a extra attachment, we added this square right here. We added this so that it could hold the filter in place so that it doesn't fall back while you're breathing in hard. And also there was a lot of sizing issues and everything. So we had to size the cap, size the mask to fit. And one more thing also, the foam, we added foam for comfort, because if you just have plastic on your face, it doesn't feel good.
And additionally, when we had taken this mask and when we tested it at the Baylor College of Medicine, one criticism that they gave us is that there was a little bit of gap around the nasal bridge. And that's when we really had to add the extra layer of foam on the top, because everyone has a different sort of face shape. It's very hard to print them exactly to everyone's face shape. So adding that extra layer of foam by the nasal bridge makes it so that it can fit to whatever comfort and size of whoever wears it, and it'll still stay sealed.
Nice. So how does the printing process work? How long and stuff like that?
So a single mask will usually take printing a single mask on the printer will take around 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. But you also have to print your cap and your square along with it. And each one will take around 40 minutes, but we usually print them in bulk, 20 at a time, 10 to 20 at a time. But then along with that, rather than just printing, we also have to sand these masks to make sure they're not rough and they're kind of smooth. And then we have to put the elastic to let it tie to your face. We put the foam around. So all of that elastic and foam takes around 4 hours. But yeah, we also have to cut the filters to the right size. So 4 hours for preparing the mask, 4 hours to print the mask, 1 to 2 hours for the parts. Overall takes 10 hours, you say? Yeah, 10 hours per mask. But we do these in bulk, so it comes a lot faster. But practically speaking, it's 10 hours to prepare.
And where do most of your donations go?
It goes to the printers that we buy, and also the supplies that we get, filament, elastics, super glue, foam, all that.
Along with the filters. We also have
the filters.
We buy our filters.
And obviously, so we've been running our printers pretty much 24/7 because there's requests coming in every single day. And because of that, that's a lot of filament that gets eaten up in the printers. Additionally, before we started distributing masks, we had to prototype, and that takes a little bit of an initial investment, because at that time we weren't getting donations. So at that time we just had to we had to print, try out different things until we could get a working design.
And when you first got local news coverage, what was your reaction?
We were very happy.
Yeah, we were obviously really excited. It was a huge honor. When we got recognized by Congressman Pete Olson on the news, that was a huge honor. It was, first of all, it was amazing to meet these esteemed individuals. Just talking to them, and they were really thankful for the work we were doing. So it was really heartwarming for us. But the sort of long-term effect on us was that because it went on news that went pretty much around the state, I think.
No.
There are local news at least.
Fox News, Fox News, ABC, when TCA, all of those, when we went on media, our masks, the number of requests, they spiked up.
Because the news of what we were doing reached a lot more people. That sort of allowed more people who were in need, who were high-risk people, they could understand that there is someone making masks specifically for them, and then they could reach out to us. So that sort of gave us even more requests, confidence. And it helped us reach more people. So
it gave us confidence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And confidence probably helped make more.
Oh yeah.
So is there anybody you want to thank for helping make this possible?
First of all, we obviously want to thank our parents. They've helped us out every step of the way.
They started us with pocket money.
Yeah, they gave us our initial seed money when we started, when we were designing the mask. they still help us every day when we're preparing them. They host us, shuttle us back and forth. And then on the next, the Congressman Pete Olson, Councilman Luke Orlando, they were instrumental in us getting news coverage, which helped us reach more people.
Yeah.
And then finally, we want to give a special thanks to the TCA organization. They're one of our sponsors. They help us fund our project, and
they reach out to they reached out to the public, told us that these kids are making masks and their masks are really efficient. Like you should go get them if you're at high risk.
Yeah, it got a lot more people involved in our project.
Yeah, we got like three to five requests a day because of that.
So is it difficult to keep up with all the requests you get, or does it work because you work in bulk?
I mean, it's easy to keep up with, but it's just that sometimes when a spike comes, we're surprised, but we can still keep up with because the printers, they're working 24/7. Like when a print ends, we just start it, and if it runs all night, it runs all night.
And another thing is that we've actually been getting requests from around the nation. There was requests that came in from California, some from Dallas.
From Alaska.
But basically, so it's not only that we're getting like local requests, but there's also people south of near Matamoros. There's people all over the state and all over the nation who are requesting, and
because they've heard us.
Because they've heard of our project. So it's really important that even though we're getting a lot of requests, that these people, they're all people who really need the mask. So we always have to take out the time in our day to prepare it for them.
Mm-hmm. And is there anything else you want to say?
Need is critical now that people are returning to normal lives, but Texas cases are increasing. We all need to follow expert advice and wear masks to keep ourselves and our loved ones and all of Texas safe. Help us help you. One for all and all for one.
Make sure you go to https://3masketeers.202.wixsite.com/masks to make a request to get your own mask.